are listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof on Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof on Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof on Tonight. It's Saturday, December 2, 2023. Welcome to Goof on, everybody. Yahoo! How's everybody doing this Saturday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you're at? That's right, everybody. Goof on live on Saturday. Live to thrive. So here we are on a Saturday afternoon, evening, morning. And we're going to talk about what if aliens are playing God, judging us all and altering our lives. I believe it. Those coincidences, they can't just be coincidences. You're thinking of somebody, you haven't seen them in 15, 20 years, and all of a sudden they pull up in their car along the side of the road while you're thinking about them. I was just thinking about you. And that's the only time that statement has ever been more true in the history of that statement. I was just thinking about you. Yeah, me too. But I like this. I like thinking that this is just an animal planet. Capiche? Tonight, we're brought to you by Bigfoot. Bigfoot saw me. And tonight's drink, Dunkin' Donuts Dark Roast. That's right, I like it dark and I like it roast. Anyway, so let's do a little bit of roll call and get this shindig on the road. Shall we? Diane Boss, the boss of Goof On, welcome to the show. Donovan, welcome to the show. Mo, welcome to this show. The big band man, Glenn Collins, is here. What do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the show. Jeanette, the angel of Goof On, is here with also a £5, £5 super sticker. It's pure unadulterated fun here at Goof On. Do what you want. We're all adults. If you want to be an adult, you could also help support the show. That's an adult thing to do. It is. Now, is it the smartest thing you ever done? Yeah. I don't know. Are you happy? Do you like the show? Help support us. All the links are in the show description. What do I say? Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. And we've got a new Patreon. Yes, Patreon's still up there. Who just got in. His name is Ralph. Ralph Hammond just became a $6 member over at Patreon. A place for your face and ufology. Thank you, Jeanette. Mucho gusto. Generoso. I feel a little dirty. But I'm clean. I'm clean, man. You ain't got nothing on me, Frosco. You know what I like? My one of my favorite shows is Reacher. Jack Reacher. Joe Reacher. Well, it's Jack. His brother Joe died. Season 2 should be coming out any day now. I think in December it will be out. 12th, maybe? I don't know why that rings a... Anyway, if you like good acting, fun TV, that guy's a great actor. He's just a natural. He's a natural reacher. Who else is here? David Wilcox, not Wilcock. Welcome to the show. Mike Johnson. Speaking of Wilcox, Johnson, see? I had to go there because that's the kind of guy I am. SoCal Squatch, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Thanks for that. Nice shirt, Donovan said. All right, you ready? Let's get started. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Paula Faust, how you doing there? I see ya. I figure we'll have Monday's show is going to be probably the biggest show. Well, we'll never have a show like the Grusch. Right? 10,000 people were here that day. We'll never have that again. I can't say never. Never thought that would happen. But the odds of it happening again are slim to nil. But I thought, I like where we're going here, and things are working. I didn't put a short up today because I fell asleep. I did. I slept. Look, I'm still not well. I mean, I still have all this shit going on with me. I still sweat. I went through 3 shirts today. Yeah. If I leave them on, in Arizona, in Florida, there's humidity here, and that shit doesn't dry. So if I don't switch shirts, thank God I've got a closet full of shirts. And now I'm finding shirts that I couldn't even worn this 5 years ago. It was too tight. Now I'm swimming in it. I'm swimming in my shirt. No, that's why you never throw anything away, guys. You keep your stuff because you never know when you're going to get svelte or you're going to get buffed. Well, whatever it is, we're not buff right now. We're svaba. We're right in the middle somewhere. No, not even close. But today, I got to give you the daily reminder. So with that being said, I bring you Mr. Lou Eleganzo.
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO
community. Good old Lou doing it for you. Monday, I'm not sure how big of a show that's going to be. Is it as big as getting Corbell? Remember when we had 400 people waiting, showing up when Corbell was supposedly going to come on and then he chickened out? Yeah. That was crazy cool. But let's get going. I see 45, 46 people here, and I'm like, usually we got about 80 to 90. So I don't know. Maybe everybody's out there shopping today. But I'm going to play a video from Vicky Verma on X. mind-blowing abduction case of this guy who claims he was abducted by two Greys. His name is Zach. He says he was abducted at 6 years of age and has had several encounters since then. Why I have this video here, I don't know. Like, I don't even remember watching this at all. I know nothing. That's so weird. But it's in my to-do list, which is very short because I fell asleep. Check it out. A praying mantis alien. These are interesting.
I remember this large insect praying mantis.
Liar. Don't want to hear it. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I had to do that. So there was this praying mantis looking thing over here, as I have to show you with my hand. Like this. Arrgh.
This looking thing comes around the table, grabs my head and turns it to the left, and then sticks a large needle into my neck behind my ear. And at that point, everything just went fuzzy. Hi, my name is Zach Agee, and I was abducted by aliens when I was 6 years old. I was born in Texas.
Notice the eyes. The constant surprised look, as if he's been surgically repaired with what? I mean, it's obvious he doesn't want forehead wrinkles.
On a military base, Fort Hood. Lived there for about 2 years. Moved to Yakima, Washington, and I grew up here for about maybe 16 years until.
All right, everybody else bored? Me too. All right. Say goodbye to the nice guy. Bye, nice guy. Boring. I'm not going to put the link to that in the show. No, I'll put the link to that in the show description because I played it. That's from Wise Media Group. They've only got 1,700 subscribers. Huh? Huh. That's what I think about that. Nope. I don't know where that came from, that video. Maybe I'm supposed to watch it on my own, but I have no recollection of that being as part of this show. I don't know where it came from. Let's see. Yeah. You know, all right. So Robert Powell, the co-founder of the Scientific Coalition for UAP Studies, was on NBC's Meet the Press Now. And this is 4 minutes and 12 seconds of pretty interesting dialogue here. I think I need to play this. If I didn't, I'd be irresponsible for just letting it go. Such a serious topic we live in. You know what I mean? Do you hear what I'm saying? Hold on. I was going to switch this to that. Let's see if I can do this. Save. Yeah, let's see. Nope, can't do it. Son of a bitch. All right, listen to this. This is part of everything we're trying to do here, everything that's going on. But look, it's Zach Bagans.
Scientists interested in these baffling developments, like Robert Powell, are weighing in. How fast was that aircraft going in Texas?
It was traveling at a minimum of 1,900 miles an hour.
Mach 4?
What's different about it is that it was hovering before it took off.
If Robert Powell, co-founder for the Scientific Coalition on UAP Studies, looks familiar, that's because you might have seen him recently in Steven Spielberg's Netflix docuseries, Encounters.
I think whatever people saw was intelligently controlled, and it was not manufactured by the United States or any other nation for that matter.
Powell is a chemist and nanotechnology expert who's been studying UAPs for 17 years and zeroed in on an event in Stephenville, Texas in 2008.
You don't have to believe in UFOs to believe residents in Stephenville, Texas saw something in the sky last week.
Which NBC News covered at the time, where some 300 people reported seeing a foreign
That was
aircraft,
astounding.
bright lights and bizarre movements.
I saw two red glows. They glowed, and then they kind of faded, glowed again.
Immediately shadowed by what appeared to be fighter jets. So Powell interviewed some of the witnesses and obtained FAA radar from that night using a Freedom of Information request.
What do we know about what the government initially said and then later said about the episode that night?
Well, initially, the government said there were no F-16s in the air. However, I knew there were because I got the radar data from the FAA and I could track the F-16s.
While the military later acknowledged the presence of fighter jets, other details remain sparse. Powell used the data he collected to calculate the speed and coordinates of the spacecraft, or whatever was in the sky over central Texas, and arrived at some stunning conclusions.
The acceleration to go from standing still to 1,900 miles an hour in 10 seconds or less, depending on how you calculate it, is anywhere from 10 to 20 G-forces.
Powell says an F-16 moving in a straight line can't come close to that 10 to 20 G-force.
The only way we can do that is firing a missile.
There is no aircraft, human-made aircraft that you're aware of, that can accelerate at 10 G.
No. Not with a human being in it.
I was going to say that guy just lied, and then he caught himself and said, not with a human being in it. That was amazing what he just did.
At 10 G.
No.
See that? The overemphasizing, the head shake. He almost cracked his own neck, left and right, with a heavy head shake. And then he said, not with humans in it.
Not with a human being in it.
He even threw up a reverse Jesus hand. Did you see the reverse Jesus hands? I
Powell
missed it.
says that type of
You got it. There it is. Reverse Jesus. Reverse Jesus. Satan hands. Satan hands. Satan. See, when they go like that, you're pushing out the lie. You do what Corbell does, and you do the undercarriage. This guy's like this. You know I sit in front of the mirror and do that shit. I really don't.
A human being in it.
Powell says that type of otherworldly acceleration is not an isolated incident. Just look at the San Diego event almost 20 years ago, known as the Tic Tac event, based on the appearance of the aircraft, complete with firsthand testimony from one of the 4 pilots who witnessed it.
As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us. And
it is amazing that even though this encounter happened to me, I still have to read what happened to me to you, because if I make the wrong mistake, I don't know how I would make a mistake because I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Then it looks bad if I say the wrong thing. Yay! I saw a tic-tac looking object, man. It says right here in black and white. So it must have happened. I never thought that was very smart of him to read his own account. What happened to me? What happened to me? He's even want to know what happened to me? Your mother's what happened to me. Your mother's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I'm alone, all right? I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid, all right? That's what Fravor needs that paper for. He's afraid to say the wrong thing.
disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact. So as you started to turn back towards the east, the controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cat point, roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute."
Shocker!
You can calculate the speed.
Powell says a conservative estimate of that acceleration, based on the pilot testimony, was 256 G-forces, or a maximum speed of 28,000 miles per hour.
So
that's ludicrous speed. I love listening. Tic-tac, paddywhack, give a UFO a bone. This old guy is like a drone. Amazing. Fravor's a stool. No, a stooge. Stooge. I just changed a few letters around. He's still a stool. But not the worst. Not the worst. And you notice we haven't heard from Alex Dietrich. Dietrich, the other pilot who saw it too, who also did not turn on the helmet cam for whatever reason. History in the making. Big interaction with the UFO, supposedly. And they forget to turn on the helmet cam. Why didn't you turn on your helmet? I tell you, I wasn't even thinking about it. Oh my God. So that's how we trained you to lose your mind during the most historic event that could ever have been recorded in history. And you forget to turn your helmet on. Why again? Please just inform me why. I have no explanation for it, sir. Maybe the aliens told me. What? Excuse me? What? What was that? Can you say that again? I don't think I heard you. That's because I think the aliens... What? What do you mean? What? The aliens told you? You hear voices in your head? Come here, Johnson. See that desk over there? Go fly that for the rest of your career.
This is the Tic Tac video. And so what you're looking at is an infrared video where white is hot on this video.
As we review the footage, Powell says something is missing, the radar that goes with it.
If there is technology that allows us to calculate speeds that are unlike anything humankind has seen before, why has it not been disclosed?
That's my question, is the government has to have that data, right? They didn't keep the videos and throw away the radar data. So they have to have that data.
Do you think they're withholding it because it might substantiate arguments that it's non-human technology?
You're asking me to read their mind, right? And I mean, it could be they're withholding it for that, or they're withholding it for national security reasons.
What is the likely explanation of what that is?
I'd have no likely explanation for that is reasonable.
Scientists...
Oh, that was it. Yeah, 4 minutes. Yeah. I like that video. It was pretty good. Who was that guy? Robert Powell. He was the co-founder of the Scientific Coalition for UAP Studies. Something tells me we'll be hearing more from that guy. I liked him, actually. I liked him. He seemed like a real guy. You know, it didn't seem stuffy. Didn't seem like he had the ego. Didn't seem like he was acting or reading from a script. That was about as natural as it could get. Good for him. Good for us. Good for ufology to have that guy around. Do not screw with that guy. Just leave him alone. All right? Am I right? All right, Goofoni? Am I right? All right. Calm down. Calm down, all right? Calm down. Calm down, okay? All right. So Corbell and Knapp. What would be a show without saying Corbell or Knapp? They have released imaginary imagery of flying pyramid shapes. Oh, remember that? Yeah. A quick look here at the images and the limitations on making an authoritative claim of NHI. All right, I'm a little confused why I have this here, but let's take a look, shall we? Oh. Okay. All right, this might be better than I thought. I think I know what this is. And I just shut me out. 3, 2, 1, giddy up.
Recently, Jeremy and George released another image of a UAP from an encounter in Syria. Whilst a lot of the feedback has been about it being pixelated and looking like Kermit the Frog, it has actually piqued my interest for a number of reasons, and it's not so much about what's happening in the image.
But it is classified as UAP within the intelligence community. This is not something that is identified. And so, should we show the image?
Yeah, let's see this drone.
Really bizarre.
Let's take a look at it.
Okay, so I mean, I was making a joke and saying it looks like Kermit the Frog, but we call it the Syria Dome UAP.
He's so funny. Every time he says Kermit, I just got to give him. I can't stop laughing. Listen, watch how happy he is.
Yeah, I mean, I was making a joke and saying it looks like Kermit the Frog, but it's
nobody laughed, Jeremy, because it doesn't. You schmohawk. Back to work.
We call it the Syria Dome UAP.
The quick and dirty about the image. It's a thermal image, and credit to Chris Spitzer, possibly a black hot, white cold capture. What's interesting to me about this is that it goes straight from hot to cold. There's no in between. Next, it is a cropped image. Footage of this system is very hard to come across. If you have any examples, please put it in the tweet thread below so I can.
I thought that was really interesting what they just showed us before about the heat showing up, and there's a dividing line between hot and cold with no grade, no degrading value. So he's saying this is white hot, and underneath here is dark cold. Same here and here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say that's a drone, and the parts that are lit up are warmer than the drone because that's the sun. Okay, you see what's going on here? There you go. Shadows and light. Oh my God. Debunked. I know we already knew what it was, but again, debunked.
Cropped image. Footage of this 10-second. It isn't the. But using this example, we can see two things. First, it is cropped, and second, it isn't the primary focus of the sensor because it is off to the side. We can also tell that this object is tilted away from the plane. With it 3 degrees right of the nose and 11 degrees down, we should be seeing just the top of the object, but we can see the underside of it, meaning it is tilted. A rough napkin math get.
Oh, so you mean kind of like this? Like the wind was pushing it, or maybe it was moving in a direction. Then when it stops, it goes like this. You know? You can tell I played with action figures. We don't call them dolls, right, guys? Action figures. Because they're always doing something. Or how about the... That's not really doing anything. The scared guy? How many scared guys did you ever get in all of your packages? You may get one scared guy. How am I supposed to have a building falling here and here and here when I've got one scared guy going? That's all you ever get. One time we had 2 scared guys in a bag, and we thought we found, the Holy Grail. Or the cup or whatever. All right, well, watch this.
Guess is it is tilted about 25 degrees. The last thing about the image is the shape. It doesn't appear to be spherical. There is enough
Here, you can just put any old lines anywhere you want because, details don't matter.
Resolution.
I mean, it's supposed to be a drone. Let's say it is a drone. All right, it's a drone. It's a drone. This type of drone does not have sectioned off or even bubbled up edges or dividers to show. No, it's smooth. Very smooth. Giddy up.
Of the object, that we can see definite straight lines, and in my opinion, it looks more like a rounded pyramid. Where have we heard that said before?
Jesus hand.
So that's what we released, is images and video of pyramid-shaped UFOs, or UAPs, as well as an additional set of images of a USO, an object that is transmedium and breaking the barrier between air and sea, and that was off of the USS Omaha.
Whilst flying pyramids were reported swarming
Omaha
the USS
Blue.
Omaha.
Right, Rocco! Let's get rid of that. The reason I showed you that is because I wanted to watch it. That's all. No other reason than my own self-absorbed selfishness. Anyway. Okay. What is it? Oh my God. I'm going to turn this show, because it's Saturday. Every day you get a different excuse. Doesn't matter. Because it's Monday, I do this on Monday now. Because it's Wednesday, I want to show you this right now. So now it's Saturday, and I feel that I could do this right now and show you very interesting ghost videos here. And I'm not sure. Man, I tell you, I have stuff happens here. Very, very little, not a lot. I think I imagine most of it anyway, because I want it to be real. I'm just as normal as anybody, but if I can't get it on video, generally I won't talk about it unless it was something that was really cool and I had to share it with you. Which brings me you Tarzan talk time now in the Philippines. Me Tarzan talk Philippine style. How help you? How help me? Holy shnikey. So Nuke's Top 5 had this new video today. And, seeing some things I've never seen. But in this first one I'm going to play, I may only have time for the one. You know what? I'm just going to play it. Just enjoy it. Yeah, no reason to set it up. I believe this is the one.
Artist Susie Solmori says that her family lives in a very haunted house in England. The house, which was built in 1902, still contains strange items left by its former owners. But weirdest of all, on the third floor there is a very strange painting that was left there by a previous tenant. Susie says that this painting is the most haunted object in the entire house. She says that often her young niece carries on long, eerie conversations with the spirit, quote, Gilbert, who she says inhabits the painting.
What are you heard? I've heard that.
Creepy!
I've heard that. I'm not stupid. I'm very smart. I'm the smartest kid in class. Okay, not really. Do you want this or do I keep it? Okay. I'm tired and hungry. It could get cold. You can't touch cold stuff. But I'm warm.
One day, Susie and her brother ask her niece about the spirit, Gilbert.
Did you like him?
Yeah, Gilbert's like one of my best friends.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I think the man that used to live here painted it.
Is Gilbert friendly? Does he speak to you?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Because I don't pray.
And this is the point when things take an even creepier turn. Because Susie does some investigating and manages to find an old picture and some info about her family home. What she discovers is downright creepy.
Here is a photo of the house from 1916 and it was built in 1902. So this would be the first or one of the first families to live in this house. As you can see, there are 6 people present in the photo. I'm looking at the English census.
So the creepy thing about this is, and I'll fast forward the story, is that, of course, the girl's seeing Gilbert. Now, the painting of the sun that you saw was in a sort of folder that was up in the attic. I think that they found some old stuff from a kid who used to live there that was, I think, 6 years old and died there, and his name was Gilbert. He lived in that house. And he drew the picture of that sun that the family artist also drew. Without seeing the sun that Gilbert drew, it was a dead match. It was so close to be. How that psychic energy works is crazy. Crazy. They drew that sun just out of their own thoughts. And then, many, many moons later, they find the book with the thing inside of it, the sun. Painted by Gilbert. See, this is what bothers me about ghosts. This is the thing that bothers me about ghosts. They can watch you all the time. Whenever they want. In the shower, boop. Going to the bathroom, boop. Anything you're doing. making out with somebody. Beep, beep, boop. What was that? Why was that different beep, beeps? What were those? Recording? It's the last thing I want to do. But Gilbert is in this photo, by the way. And there he is, up in the top there. Oh, let me show you. I got a mini screen. Hey, look at this. Just look down at the ants. Yeah. So, weird things. That kid was talking to Gilbert, man. I don't like that shit. This is where they found the Gilbert.
Maybe. But after the girl has gone to bed while singing, "You Are My Sunshine."
Oh, that's right. The girl was digging up the floorboards in the house.
And remember that the spirit Gilbert is said to inhabit an old painting of the sun. Odd coincidence? Maybe. But after the girl has gone to bed, Susie and her brother go back upstairs to investigate the area of the floor that her niece was picking at. What they find makes their blood run cold.
Yikes! I have to give them credit. They actually spelled loose correctly. I can't stand when people type the word loose and they put lose, L-O-Z-E. L-O-S-E. And also the people who use it the wrong way. It's lose, lose, and loose. Capiche, capoosh, capash.
It comes up.
This, like, watch the way he opens this up. It almost seems as if they've planned this. Like, this is already done. Now they decided, oh, let's make a video of it. Because watch how he handles this. It is the most bizarre way, I think. Unless my memory's really wrong 2 hours ago. But watch out. I think it's just weird. Watch. I don't know why that was weird. It's like he acted like it was going to be a task or something, and it came right up. Like, I don't know. Yeah, some weird things going on. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's what you want to do with an artifact. Just start swiping shit off of it. Yeah, don't want to see what that could have been. It could have been chalk. It could have been teeth. But no, he's just going to scrape it off and, you know, smear everything. See, that's why I don't like this shit. I think this is fixed. They're rigged and they're lying. They're making up this story just to be cool. Even the way he handles that is weird. What are you doing that for? It says Gilbert on it. Turn it over, you prick, you. What? Is that a Ouija board? It is? Oh, me quite. Look, what to see. Look, as if say goodbye. Goodbye, get the F out. GTFO. Go, go, go. Run to the hills. Run for your life. Yeah, this guy's got to swipe at everything. It probably has a clean dookie, though, right? Cleans that dookie right off that boot. I can't watch this anymore. No, it's actually interesting, but it's weird that the girl talked to the spirit and the parents are okay with it. Watch.
Underneath the floor, there's an old Ouija board with a picture of the sun that looks very similar to the haunted Gilbert painting. So is there a spirit named Gilbert haunting the third floor playroom of Susie's old house? And is the spirit sending messages through Susie's young niece? Let me know what you think.
See, that's what bothers me about that story. I believe it. I believe that's really happening over there. And I think they staged, you know, that part where they found the shit. But nonetheless, it was still there. I don't know. You know, that floorboard could have always been the way, it could have just been loose. And then they decided one day, I have an idea for a video. We could just put a Ouija board in there and and then we'll say, oh, the floorboard, our daughter was picking at it with her nails. And now you see how easily that floorboard came up without any effort whatsoever. but the girl's sitting there trying to get it open, right? Doesn't make sense. If she got that far into it, and then she goes to sleep, and 30 minutes later, the parents go to where she was trying to peel open that thing, and it comes right up. Please. Now, you know what? Now that I thought of that, the whole thing's bullshit. That's it. Enough Nuke 5 shit. I'm done with that. Even though I do need time. I do need something to kill the time now. All right. Well. Don't want to get too far ahead. No, you don't. If you get too far ahead, you can never go back. No, you'll be in another dimension. Ooh. Those eyes, the Jeff Goldblum eyes are... Oh, I can't do it. It's going to take me a minute. I have allergies bad today. All right. AARO just released 3 case resolution reports identifying UFO cases. Do you care? Not really, do you? It's today. Yeah. They the DoD added 3 case resolution reports on the AARO website. This came the same day that Sean Kirkpatrick retired from the mission, and Tim Phillips became the acting director of the UFO research office there at AARO. And these newly released reports, which are accompanied only by visuals inside the PDF files, are available below here. And let me just show you what I'm looking at. View PDF. Okay, I'm going to view it for you. Oh, it's already downloaded. Let's take a look, shall we? No, hold on. Let's go to Oh, I see what it did. It took that whole tab up. All right. All right. Oh, I thought I already did it.
You are almost done. Click above to get started.
What am I clicking on? Here? Here? Something's going on. Okay. Accept and download again. Here we go.
You are almost done. Click above to get started.
All right. You know what? Your sister's ass. That's enough of that. Forget it. I'm not. It's too hard. Things have got to be easy for me. I'm old now. Show a little compassion. There's something weird going on. Why did that do that? Hold on, here we go. Either a team of highly trained special effects artists faked these videos in the 2 days immediately after the disappearance of MH370 and never came forward, or they're real and there was no cover-up at all. Wow. I just looked over to the other screen, the other monitor, and it's launching, trying to download the PDF still. So I'm going to show you this while that's loading up. And then in a few minutes, we're going to go to I2TA because there's a new video, I think, on Into Thin Air today. Let me see. So it says still preparing. You know, I want to get rid of it, but it won't let me. Damn you. Damn you. Damn you. How annoying is this? I got to do something here. Close window. Didn't work. Minimize. Not working. Oh, this is fun. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Could not fetch the download page. Let's exit out of there. Thank you so much. So this is the MH370 from InfoWars. And here they think there may be no tomfoolery and no conspiracy that the video that came out are real. You know, the videos with the 3 dots circling around the airplane and all that jazz. Yeah, I don't care what anybody else says. I see what I see, and I see a fake. Like the easiest, and it's one of the easier ones to see that it's fake. There's nothing about that that's real, and I can't explain it. It's just the way it looks. And I'm not saying the blue and this and that. There's a certain element of the video that we're about to watch here within this video from InfoWars. There's an element that just makes it look created. You know what I mean? It's like spotting a toupee or recognizing bad acting. Some people can't recognize bad acting. You were marvelous. Best performance ever. Ever, I swear to God. You could make a mill doing this. Meanwhile, you go to their home and they got Scarface on the walls and tiger pictures and those dogs playing cards hanging over the billiards. No, these are the real ones. Yeah, I don't buy no copies of nothing. Yeah, the guy who painted the dogs playing the cards, he did that for me. And all those dogs in the picture, my dogs. So I idolize my dogs in a painting of them playing cards. Like if we could all hang out, me and my dogs, we would play cards and it would look like this. That's the art that I see. That's what happens when you go over to that guy's house. Anyway, don't know why I went there, but that was kind of scary. Oh, look at this. The PDF file's loading up again. This is more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Have you ever smelled a barrel of monkeys? Have you?
The reason why we believe this is human technology is that everything in the evidence points to a situation where this is the U.S. government intervening with a plane that is potentially doomed. This plane takes off from Kuala Lumpur, just like Greg Reese is reporting, goes dark at 1721 UTC because a lithium-ion battery fire breaks out. There's a Wired article that actually talks about a fire scenario from an electrical fire. They just didn't realize that it's really the 500 pounds of lithium-ion batteries in the cargo hold that are what lit up. And this is what caused the pilots to turn around and go to Penang Langkawi International Airport. This is corroborated by the witnesses along the coast, Mike McKay, who loses his job over his sighting. It's corroborated as well by fishermen who are on a boat 10 miles off as well that see this plane flying low. This is not a scenario where it's a pilot's suicide. The pilot is flying low because if the plane's depressurized, you need to give the passengers enough oxygen. The Malaysian Minister of Defense is one of the worst liars I've ever seen. I urge everybody watching to go watch his interviews. He admits that the plane was unidentified, but then contradicts himself and says that they know that the plane was a civilian airliner and not hostile. They won't explain why they won't send jets up. And the only answer that makes any sense is the scenario we put forth. It's an emergency event fire scenario. They know they didn't need to send jets up. And then potentially the U.S. government takes control. They can't land in Penang for whatever reason, either because the landing or they were
going to cover this last week, and then I got busy for free speech.
It's been quite a while looking into all of this, and I'm still just barely scratching the surface. So Ashton Forbes is the expert on this. He's put all this together, and you can actually find there's 12, 13 pages of bullet point information on his Twitter account, his X account, just X Ashton. And he broke it down yesterday, and truly it was one of the most mind-blowing interviews we've ever done on InfoWars, and got a huge response from the listeners I know.
And Greg Reese is really good at not just believe. He went in and checked all the satellite and all of it and double checked it. It all links up. And that's what I did too. Went through some of the debunking videos. None of that was convincing. There's so many still unanswered questions about this one way
and the other. But the takeaway is there is no official story here. I mean, there is no official account of what happened because there's been no debris field found. The official story is it's gone.
But I'm a little confused now because I thought there was a debris field. See, I definitely know. I even said it here that they found part of the plane, like the tail section, and they found some parts matched up the serial numbers. And that's how the case closed, because they found what they were looking for. And then now we're hearing, no, that's a lie. Well, they didn't say it's a lie. They just said, no debris field was found. No debris.
And then why do you have all this surveillance, around at the time that they've confirmed what's happening? You try to say, well, the videos are fake, but how would they put that out first and link it up with the time of surveillance? So Ashton Forbes, good to have you here. Tell us about yourself a little bit. And then let's dive into, you kind of give it to us at a 10-foot level, and then pull up to the 30,000 foot.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank Harrison and Alex.
I mean, this Ashton guy, what a fantastic job he did, I don't know what his background is. I don't know anything about the guy, except for what I've seen because of MH370. But he really represents himself well. He's for real, that dude.
Both of you guys for having me on. I have a quick prepared statement that I'd like to read here, which is that people told me not to.
I don't like giving compliments like that, but when they're earned, you gotta let people know.
Come onto this platform, but people have also told other people not to talk to me. This is a movement where we don't base our opinions on what other people tell us to think. They want to divide us, and we want to unify us. I want to talk to anybody who's willing to listen with an open mind. The only side I'm on is the side of truth. We are doing this to vindicate the families, the pilot, the witnesses, and the leaker. All of my FOIAs have been blocked. The government has never fought against a movement like this before. We don't need to fear them. They need to fear us. To Speaker Mike Johnson, put me in front of Congress with Burchett, Luna, Moshwitz, and Gates, and we will rip the truth from the FBI, NCIS, NRO, CIA, and every three-letter agency. My message to those agencies is do not underestimate us. My message to everybody else is follow a path of your own choosing and do it all yourself. This is MH370X.
And let me just add, you've got this new office they're trying to set up in Congress to get all the UFO data, because the agencies themselves say there's a rogue group outside of government that won't give them all this data. That's all confirmed right now. And this ties right into that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that I've been trying to back channel with some of these congressmen as well, and that there's not a lot of appetite for another UAP hearing. And I would say to them, we don't need another UAP hearing. We need a conspiracy hearing into what happened to this plane. We are serving everything up on a silver platter here for them. When we uncover this conspiracy, we will also go ahead and uncover the reverse engineering program that these third-party companies like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman are guilty of, and potentially using taxpayer money in black budget programs that they have misappropriated.
All right, give us the boil down, and then let's reverse engineer it from there. Well, from your best research, what's going on? Is this alien technology? Is it human technology? What happened to the plane? And then we'll back through there.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason why we believe this is human technology is that everything in the evidence points to a situation where this is the U.S. government intervening with a plane that is potentially doomed. This plane takes off from Kuala Lumpur, just like Greg Reese is reporting, goes dark at 1721 UTC because a lithium-ion battery fire breaks out. There's a Wired article that actually talks about a fire scenario from an electrical fire. They just didn't realize that it's really the 500 pounds of lithium-ion batteries in the cargo hold that are what lit up. And this is what caused the pilots to turn around and go to Penang Langkawi International Airport. This is corroborated by the witnesses along the coast, Mike McKay, who loses his job over his sighting. It's corroborated as well by fishermen who are on a boat 10 miles off as well that see this plane flying low. This is not a scenario where it's a pilot's suicide. The pilot is flying low because if the plane's depressurized, you need to give the passengers enough oxygen.
Wow. I'm going to put the link to that in the show description. How many of you out there think the Malaysia flight was a conspiracy, part of a conspiracy anyway? If you believe it was, put a 1. If you believe it was not, put a 2. I'm just interested to see what you think. Hold on. I'm going to what am I doing? I was doing, oh, right. I got to fix this real quick. Hold on. I see that our background is a little bit splotchy in the corner there. We don't want that now, do we? There we go. Good job, Richie. Way to go, Big G. I do look tired today. And I'm not. I shouldn't be. Slept 11 hours. 6.5 last night, 5.5 today. What is that? 12 hours? 12.5? Something like that. All right, I'm going to play this video now. It's into thin air. There was a 7.7 earthquake and a tsunami threat. I knew there was going to be an earthquake. Everybody knew. Everybody could see it. No psychic abilities needed this time. Something was about to go down. Into thin air, everybody. Go like, share, subscribe.
And welcome back, everyone. It is December 2nd, 2023, and we are under a tsunami watch, specifically in Mindanao in the Philippines. Take a look at this 7.6 earthquake, 7.7 on some charts, triggering 3 different tsunami buoys that you could see right here all along the Western Pacific. Over here on tsunami.gov, we could see the epicenter of the earthquake right here, registered as a 7.7, 28 miles in depth. And then the purple icons you see here are all the areas in which they believe there is a threat for a tsunami. For those of you that followed the channel just 2 days ago, we put out a warning for this exact situation based on the fact that the sun has been super active. We even named it Warning Earthquake Watch, Tsunami Buoys Active, and Solar Flare. The reason for that is not only did we have a near X-class solar flare just 2 days ago, we also have a very large coronal hole that is now Earth-facing. A lot of that energy expected to hit Earth in just the next few days. So almost like a pancake effect of these different CMEs and the coronal hole all having a dramatic effect on the Earth's magnetic field, which we have explained many, many times in other videos. I highly recommend you check out the video from 2 days ago, not only talking about the chance of an earthquake of this size, but the threat of a tsunami. Now, whether or not there is a tsunami from this earthquake, the fact of the matter is that this is a major earthquake, and it's coming on the heels of a very strong and active sun. Now, as I've been recording this video, some of the information has adjusted. You could see here 2 of these areas are now under the tsunami watch, and even up near Japan, there are now warnings going out for a possible tsunami. Some of these being 1 to 3 meters. That could be anywhere from 3 to 10 feet, which, as we know, could be a devastating situation depending on how the coastline meets the water in any of these surrounding areas. Now, take a look at these aftershocks. Some of them hitting upwards of 6.1, and we could see them all very much bunched up in the same exact area. Here is the initial 7.6, and then as we move out into the ocean a little bit, we have a 7.5. So these are 2 separate earthquakes that have taken place. One of them an hour and 6 minutes ago, and the other 36 minutes ago, surrounded by strong mid-grade 5s, a 5.8 nearing the 6.0 range, a 5.7, and again, that is why we are seeing the activation of all these tsunami buoys in the surrounding area. That is also why you see in this chart right here that the buoy itself has moved in a downward and upward motion right around what the information says. 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 5 meters. I'm going to do what I can to get some clarification on the fact that there may have been 2 7.5 and higher earthquakes within this area before those mid-grade 5s and 6.0 aftershocks. Skimming through Twitter really quick, we could see a lot of people posting about this, as this is easily one of the largest earthquakes we've seen in a while. And with the shallow depth of this quake, that is why the ground and the tsunami buoys themselves have been put into that activation mode. So again, I'll be updating this situation on Twitter and Instagram. Both of those links can be found in the description box, or I will make another video update here on this channel. But the initial information is a 7.7 earthquake in the Philippines, causing tsunami buoys to activate and a tsunami warning as you and I speak now. That may change, but regardless, a major earthquake. All right, my friends, I will talk to you all very soon. A very big shout out to Canada, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.
Man, the link to that will be in the show description. About 10 minutes after the lights go out here, that link will be in there. And I've been doing a good job. I've kept up on loading up the link. Sometimes I'll forget. Sometimes when the show ends, I get up to do something else while I'm waiting for the analytics to come in. And then I'll come back and it's like totally different than it should have been. I can't explain it. You have to know how it works in YouTube. And if you don't know, you don't know. Wake up. I saw this article. Listen to this kind of talk. Anyone want catastrophic disclosure? Like, who would want that? Why would that be anything? See, here's what happens. All right, I'll read this and then we'll talk. I'm getting sick and tired of there being people on this planet keeping secrets about humanity from humanity. If we're being bred as livestock, oh my God, I said that earlier. We're on a pet planet, or whatever. What did I say? Animal farm. Maybe we don't want to have kids. Maybe we want to go down fighting. Maybe we want to make peace. Maybe a select few humans, and they're just humans like me and you, shouldn't get to decide for everyone else. I believe you're right, sir. I don't like that there's this supposed group of people, like, let's just call them the Illuminati, that are said to have made all of the political decisions in advance. It's as if they had forewarning of what would happen if certain people were voted into Congress, senator, governor, whatever, mayor, you know, blah, 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 all the way up to the president. That's why I like that movie where they use the hats to travel around. The Adjustment Bureau. They go in and adjust things. Like, when you got that flat tire, that wasn't because you just had a flat tire. It's because of us. We gave you that flat tire. Get the... Remember when you spilled the coffee all over that nice little lady? And you had to spend 10 minutes, patting it down, make sure you feel everything? I was getting her dry. Yeah, me too. That was us. We spilled the coffee, so you couldn't make it down to the rally where you were going to be murdered. I was going to be murdered at the rally? Yes. And we made that not happen. But somebody else got murdered. Yes, because we made that happen. Well, why? Look, man, don't worry about whys, whos, wheres, whens, and huns. We do everything because we do everything. We run the world. Why am I talking this way? I don't like being me, I found out. I'd rather be somebody else of any denomination. So he says here that maybe a few humans shouldn't decide the rest of the world's fate. Maybe we should know everything and all drugs should be illegal, by the way. I threw that in there. Now, he says, I don't care if you're the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Gary Nolan, Biden, Trump, or Carrot Top. It's time to tell us what you know. Let's be clear about what's about to happen here, dithering. We should insert more eminent domain clauses, not less, in response to resistance. Hi, we're the rest of humanity coming for our destiny in which you never had the right to keep from us. Somebody wrote this from Reddit. I want one thing. Admit that these craft are not ours or anyone else's on Earth. That's it. We can drill down into the NHI stuff later. But by at least being open about the craft, we can move forward somewhat. I think most people would just say, yep, that's what I thought, and move on. Religions can intertwine the content they want into their scriptures. Call them angels, demons. I don't give a fuck. The world won't fall into panic. I disagree. I think that's a bunch of BS. They've been visiting us for who knows how long. Just come out and say, these craft are not our own. We have recovered some, and we don't know how the hell they work, but we have our top scientists trying to figure it out. Can't you just say that? Half of the noise would go away. People like us in the sub or course will want more answers, but at least give us that. Yeah, you can't. They can't. And he's asking for just one picture of a UFO just to get me satisfied. You see, I've been where he is. I'm past where he is, and I said, I don't think we should have disclosure. I swear to God, I don't think we should. Yes, I think the world will go into panic. Absolutely. That is why you have to do disclosure in increments. I was trying to say incrementally, in increments over at least, let's say, a year. If we even know who our star sisters and brothers are. Bet you we do know who they are. Or at least what they are. That they're not humans. And that goes back to the beginning of the show when I said, we're on a planet with tens of thousands of species, right? And I think it's possible that they take from this planet the things they want to populate the other planets with. Oh, I like that story. I want to be in that story. Maybe I am. And then what happens is, oh, this is brilliant. This is really what's going on, really, if you think about it. So the aliens are abducting people constantly. And the one thing that people believe is that they're changing our genes, or they're changing us into them, or they're changing us somehow, modifying us, hybridizing us. Hybridizing us. They're turning us into clones. They're taking our body parts and using them for other bodies. People. See, then I think, well, why would they care if this body right here broke down, had an appendicitis or something? They'd just get rid of it, right? Just get rid of it. Make another one. Believe it or not, it's not cost effective to throw away a good cloned human. So they keep you around. And then you become like leftovers for everybody else. Everybody gets a piece. And you watch as they take your organs out one by one. You don't feel it, but it sure is happening. No, it's not. But they go around, and the reason they're abducting people, because they're testing us to see how the experiment's been going. Maybe not even an experiment, just seeing how we're gestating in this atmosphere. Are we ready to go to another world? Do we have enough? Oh, wait a minute. What if we're here for more than a spiritual thing? Like, we're not here just to be here. We're here for the greater good of something, perhaps. Something that is all giving, all loving, all knowing. Sounds made up, right? But something or someone or somehow we exist in this universe that we can now see 33 billion years into the past and are still scratching our heads at that. Like, how's that even possible? They didn't think there could be any galaxies forming 500 million years after the Big Bang, but there they are. Right there. And guess what? Those galaxies that they found that shouldn't be there, they're just like all the rest, which means they've been around for a while. What the? See, now what I think's going to happen when I think, because if you look at go back in the past, let's just talk about whoever built the pyramids. It really wasn't the Romans. The Romans. Did I just say that? Oh my God, the Romans. I was thinking about them. That's why I said it. That's funny. The Egyptians, whatever. I don't think they built them either. I think there's a mystery surrounding that entire landscape over there. And it may have something to do with Maz. But I forgot what I was going to say in regards to why they're here. And That's funny. That made me laugh a little bit. The Romans. And the Romans did have good architecture, though. They are the creators, if not, I don't know if that's true, but they have the cement mix that it gets stronger as it ages. I know. I played it on the show once. So, is it possible that we are being judged? We're being abducted, not for nefarious reasons, but to help promote good genetics. What if I told you aliens are racist and I can prove it? Would you like to know how they're racist? I think I'll do a Tuesday show on are aliens racist? I think they are. According to people who have been around for thousands of years, they don't like the genome of an Italian. Hard workers, and that's all you're ever going to be is a hard worker, he says. You'll never be put up on a pedestal and thought of as a stronger, more advanced civilization. You're just a mutt, a nothing, really. But you don't know that, Rich, and it's okay. I mean, you're going to live your life, and you're going to have a family, and you're going to grow up and get old, and all that shit that comes with just living. You're going to have a normal life. Don't worry about that. You're just not going to ascend to a different consciousness that you think you're going to ascend to. That's all. You just don't have it in your genome. That's what this guy told me. You don't have it. And I said, well, that's racist. No, it's not racist. Well, it's selecting with prejudice. And no, it's a little deeper than that. No, it's exactly that. They don't like Italians. They don't like our genome. Why? Because it's not clean of whatever human they're trying to make? Exactly. I didn't think you were going to say that. Wow, you're racist aliens. Holy shnikey. Never thought I'd meet an alien, let alone a racist alien. Man, you're going to be in trouble. Is there a possibility that our leaders are in alliance with a low-level civilization that is still more advanced than we, but there is a new presence on our skies that don't belong to either, and it's way more advanced than ours, till now? Leaders. Like the title says, this Reddit person says, I wonder if our system, like always we are referring to, is controlled since ancient by... I can't read how they write. Like the title says, I wonder if our system, like always we are referring to, is controlled since ancient years by an ancient, more advanced Earth civilization that gives to the plebs small drops of technology now and then, but now there is a new presence unknown not only to us, but also to them. That was all one sentence, by the way. There's like 7 or 8 commas throughout that thing. It was like, all right, guy, take a breath. I get it. But 7 or 8 breaths? I mean, you only wrote two sentences. That maybe explain the different attitude against UFOs, other times more hostile against the end of time. So without paying attention, whatever. It's enough of that. Shh. Oh, this is crazy. If true, Daniel Sheehan alleges that Dr. Travis Taylor and Radiance Technologies has an intact UFO in their possession. And alleges Dr. Travis Taylor is invoiced in the study and reverse engineering of this craft. Really? Really? This is high strangeness today, right? Is it just me or is this a weird day? This is a weird day. This is a weird day. Sorry, that was an accident. Thanks, Jeanette. Jeanette! What's today? Saturday? It's 4:20 somewhere right now. 4:20 somewhere. Enjoy. As a matter of fact, let's all do that. Let's all enjoy. Oh, this is funny. I'm gonna play this for you, even though I really shouldn't. But this makes me laugh every time I watch this. Every freaking time. I never played it here because really shouldn't. But I don't care.
Men say to the magician, pick a card, any card.
Stupid.
If you're from Boston, that's probably not funny. What do you call a spider with 10 eyes? A spider.
Oh my God.
That was really good.
That was funny. That was anything alien is funny. Wow, we're getting out of here in about 30 minutes. About 30. So I want you to really think about it for a second. Are we living on a farm? See, they give us the illusion of free will, right? But in reality is we're probably laying somewhere being grown, and our mind was sent here. So it doesn't make sense, does it? This just popped up on my screen. Never seen this before. It says, select the things you use most often, and then add them to your top dock. I already did that. Thank you. Unbelieve. All right, let's get rid of it. It's time. No. What the hell, man? No, I figured that would happen. All right. So what I was about to say is, we are under the microscope, I think. I seriously have my own beliefs, so what I'm about to say may not be your beliefs. But here's what I think happens with humanity and being reset. We've had how many? 5 extinction level events, and there will be a 6th. We know that, and 7th and 8th and 9th until the end. However, I'm not sure they're all natural. See, what happens is humans, they get smart and they start figuring things out, right? That's why they're making us. They can come and abduct our fetuses, rip them right out of us. Well, not me, but women, right? They just, one day they're pregnant, the next day they're not. Nothing, no problem at all. One day, this lady was about to give birth. She was almost 9 months, and she woke up the next morning expecting to go to the hospital. Boop, nothing in her. All right, I made that up. But they might as well be. What is it? It's Saturday, right? Shush. Let me see some here. Hold on. Okay, all right, good. Good kid. All right, so I really feel, because it doesn't make sense. Life, it just doesn't. Like, why make us this smart? And then what happens is we get smart enough that we're almost to the point in our technological advancement that we could leave the Earth and go quite a few ways if we wanted to, right? Let's say in 100 years, we may be able to travel interstellarly a lot more efficiently and a lot faster. Maybe we can go half the speed of light. Actually, half the trip you'd be slowing down. I don't know. But anyway, once we get the ability to leave the planet, they send in an asteroid. They set off earthquakes. They just make sure humanity doesn't advance to get off the planet. So then that would have to mean one thing. Space is real, right? And if space is real, and it's not an illusion, if space is real, why would they make it so damn big? If you can't go, there's just so much out there. They say both the Andromeda Galaxy and the Milky Way Galaxy, I think it's in 100,000 years, are going to intersect each other and possibly turn into one super galaxy, right? But as thick and as dense as both of these galaxies are, when they head towards each other, no stars are going to collide. That's how far apart everything actually really is. It's so dense, it looks like you're going to run into 50 million stars, but you're not. And our stars and their stars, they're going to miss each other. See, that's what Neil deGrasse Tyson said. And somebody else said that. And I said, no, you're wrong. There's going to be collisions. There cannot not be collision. That's impossible. There's got to be I'm sure if both galaxies are heading towards each other, there are going to be a few planets or things that will hit each other. But they said no. They don't know. They don't know. But they say it confidently, like they know. I don't like that. Just say the possibilities are low. That I could live with. Yeah, maybe it'll happen. A 10% chance I could buy. Thank you. I feel better knowing that at least there's a 10% chance. So there's no risk whatsoever? No, there is risk. 10% chance. Look, I got to tell myself those things. Because what I hear doesn't make sense. If both galaxies are heading towards each other with trillions and trillions of stars in each one, planets, you know what I'm talking about. There's bound to be a collision. Look at our little solar system here. We have asteroids hitting the Earth every day. What are you talking about? Anyway. Every day. But I think aliens are judging us and looking for personality traits. Maybe, I don't know. See, that's why I think they gave us these rules in the Bible to maybe live by as a guide, you know? You got the 10 Commandments and all that shit. Each religion's got their own dealy bob, right? If everybody just followed those rules and regulations, the world would be a great place. But sadly enough, the world is a great place and a very difficult place. I don't know. A farm. We probably are a farm. We're on a farm. There's been reports of UFOs taking water out of the oceans and lakes, especially Lake Michigan of all places. UFOs seen siphoning the water straight up into the ship. That was the alarm for the that's right, I got to change Saturday because Saturday's 2 hours earlier. I set the alarm for 6:30 in the morning so I can get up and do my day and then watch Amy's show at 7. And then 6:30 at night, just in case I fall asleep, that will wake me up. And I made it so it takes 2 actions for me to turn it off. At least I have, this way I just can't go, right? I have to go, and then I actually need to pick it up and go, yeah, I gotta put in a code. Make sure I get up and get out in case I fall asleep, man. All right. Let's do this. All right. Thank you for hanging out at GoofOn today. Here is some of the best UFO videos of 2023 from Third Phase of Moon. Giddy on up.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, along with my brother Brent, we're going over the best UFO videos for the month of November 2023, and this just came in on the last day, November 30th. We're looking at it right now. Strange lights flashing from within the crater on the surface of the lunar moon. What the heck are we looking at?
Nope.
Dang, this is pretty good stuff, Blake. What a great way to start off the best of November. We got this in earlier today, and what are we looking at? Is there a city or some sort of outpost?
Wow, it's a
alien
concert.
Technology, maybe even human. We don't know what it is, but we have a series of red lights. They seem to be flashing more on the right side of the dark side of this crater.
Wow.
Really interesting.
You know, I love it when
that's Red Rock Theater.
Amateur astronomers have their telescopes pilled on the moon itself to capture these anomalies. Some people might speculate, and I'm looking at this a little closer, could this be some kind of maybe a reflection off the lens, a lens flare, creating this optical illusion? Are we looking at something from within the crater? I see it actually moving from a little bit from right to left in an upper motion. Is this thing actually levitating over the crater, or is it stationary, or are we looking at a lens flare, Brent?
That's a big question. You could almost see the light illuminate the outer rims of the crater itself too. Again, you brought up this point. Could it be maybe a digital artifact?
Honestly, what is this thing? I don't think it's fake. I honestly think it's in there. That is so bizarre to me. I mean, if you look at it, it definitely looks like it's in there, right? And you can see, even from this shot way out here, you could see in the crater, not like, because if this was just something on the lens, it would take up, the whole area. It wouldn't be isolated towards this area here, which tells me that it's there on the moon, in the crater, in the shadows. It's very bizarre. And maybe it is a ship that is decommissioned, or is maybe they're working on it, and that's just that would have to be huge, dude. That would be huge, that object. This is crazy. Never seen anything like it. That's what this field does. Every day, it's something different. It's amazing to me.
That's a big question. You could almost see the light illuminate the outer rims of the crater itself too. Again, you brought up this point. Could it have been the moon? Again, more footage coming up. Check this out.
Nice. We just had that in Florida. Oh, no, we didn't. Not like that. That's crazy. They're in a cage. Come on now. I know this is natural, but it's not. I'm not sure. Let's just see what the brothers say. That is so cool. I've never seen anything like that. Look at this. What is that marking? Did you see that? Hold on. What are these markings? Watch. Come on, freaking camera. These marks right here. They show up in the other. I know it's probably clouds, but watch. See this? It looks like they were scraping along. Very bizarre. I know it's probably just wind shearing it, but still, look at this one. This one looked like it laid a couple of eggs. See the mouth right here? Looks like a snake. Bloop, bloop.
Mira. ¿Qué es eso?
¿Qué es eso? Totana masana maquiro. Rona masara caro. Ah, yeah, papi!
Incredible weather phenomenon, a grid of clouds, almost seemingly showcasing possible weather manipulation. I'm not exactly sure. That's why we're sharing it. Again, this just came in November 30th, and that's why we're sharing it with you. I thought we should add it. Weather phenomenon, we're looking at all things considered strange.
Wow.
Now, take a look at this one.
That's so cool.
Something washed up on the coast? Are we looking at some kind of
It's a shark gator
creature, something unknown, a huge crab leg? If we're looking at
my
this, and
God.
if this isn't some kind of Hollywood prop, I would have to estimate if this crab was a full scale, it would have to be about 12 feet at least in length here. Brent, your thoughts
Oh my
on this?
God, yeah,
Crank or
maybe 12
the
feet.
real deal.
Well, it looks like it's been in the ocean for quite some time. It's snowing. The environment's pretty harsh. Did somebody just put this out there to for some lone person to find it on the beach? Hard telling. Again, if this is indeed real, it's something huge. And it, like you said, it'd be about 10 to 12 feet. Wow. More videos. Best of November. We're
That's
just getting
cool.
started. Check this out.
Oh, this is a weird one. Yeah, that is so weird. It's a witch.
Surveillance video captures an anomaly. What are we looking at? These door cams, these surveillance cameras, they're capturing the phenomenon. Brent, what do you make of this?
Yeah, this one's a pretty interesting one. This came across our table just about a week ago, and now we're sharing it with you. It's a door cam video that captures a phenomenon. We don't quite know what it is, but we're going to be slowing this down, getting a couple frames of it, even giving it a fast forward just to see its kind of course that it takes. But here's a still we're looking at right here. It seems like it has this plasmic shield around this kind of mass of darkness with a point of light in front of this. What is this?
What?
As we look at it closer, I'm trying to make out exactly
It is
what
bizarre.
this possibly could be. And I don't have an explanation for you. That's why we're sharing it with you. If I'm going to speculate, this could be some kind of atmospheric disturbance, some weather phenomenon, but right now it is extraordinary what we're looking at. Could this be some kind of unknown biological being that's being captured? I'm not exactly sure.
All right, one more.
Cross experience going on right here, and if this is the smoking gun, I'm not saying it is, but it's interesting. That's why we're sharing it with you. If anybody's seen anything in this area, Peru, let us know. Captured from an unknown location. We're trying to get the coordinates, but we're looking at the video. Something traverses behind this building. We're looking at it. It's something quite large. In my opinion, it's not a conventional drone. I'm not seeing any indication of that. We're looking at something that's quite large in the sky with no means of propulsion. Guys, what do you think of this? Paula?
You know, my thoughts on this, when I see this, it seems like it has some sort of light under it that may be used to like power it. And I know plasma technology, it can be lit up with kind of a bluish light when it's being used to power devices. So it makes me curious, and you know, I kind of wonder if maybe it's something that is using some sort of plasma technology that hasn't really been released yet. So that's kind of my thoughts when I see this.
So we got aliens, and we also have these craft just in people's backyards in major cities. Brent, what do you make of this? The size of this as it traverses behind this building. I'm not seeing any CGI here.
What caught my eye was right when I first saw this, before it kind of went behind that building, I thought it maybe could have been maybe some sort of holographic projection, because you can kind of see it. It's translucent and it's beaming off light. What's keeping this up in the sky? What kind of craft is it?
And I know,
You know, just looking at this thing, it's really, I don't want to say it could be anything, but I mean, this could be something hanging from a wire with a fishing pole. I know that's a reach because it goes behind the building, but it sure as hell looks like it's a toy of some sort. And why is that light below it, or is that hanging? Is it hanging? Is it some sort of lantern, Chinese lantern? I don't know. It is interesting. I've never seen anything like it. The thing is, there's a light. Okay, here's the ship. Usually there would be nothing down here. But it seems like there's something down here. You understand? You hear what I'm saying? You feel me? Moonlick, $2.34, says, Rich, tell them. Oh, that was the poke it with the stick rule with that big crab claw. Yeah, that was funny. Actually, that's funny. Right here. Tell them to poke it with the stick rule. $2.34 Moonlick. And you know what the poke it with the stick rule is? If it doesn't move, you're allowed to touch it with your hand. Right? That's what it is. If it doesn't attack you, if it doesn't attack the stick, then you're okay to touch it with your person. Thank you, Moonlick. That's $2.34. We rounded up $2.35. Mucho gusto, generoso, Mr. Moonlick in the chat room. Moonlick in the chat room. What's up, Marcel Guffoni and Metalhead? Jaja Binks. Misa so happy. Messieurs the catchers. What's up, Rayfield? It's a weather balloon. Oh, yeah, that's got to be. That's right, Ray. That is it. It is a weather balloon. Hold on. He's 100% right. Watch. You know why? Okay, so maybe it's real high in the sky, or it's not, but it looks like it kind of flattened out. The weather balloon did. And this is just part of the, this would be one of the boxes, like their data box that gathers the information, you know, of the air pressure, high, and all that other stuff. It's got the GPS in it. But I've never seen it look like this before. So how do we know? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh my God, I misread what you said, Ray. It's a weather balloon. You can ask anyone in U.S. government. They'll tell you it's a weather balloon. Boy, you know, I can't get any dumber than what I just showed. So that was the peak of my dumbness for this year. Let's start fresh for next year, shall we? Ray, you're right. That's what they say. They say that it's a weather balloon. They can get away with it. They could even say drone nowadays. And I'd be like, all right. Right? They're not going to tell us. They're just not. That's a shame. I just want to talk about it, man. I think just to know that there's an alien species here and we can interact with it, communicate with the same thing, I guess. Interact with it, talk to it, do sign languages. All right. Yeah, that is a weather balloon according to our government, Ray. Thank you. I'm glad I caught on. Sometimes the host just doesn't have the most. Twinkle with the $5 super dono. Not really a dono. My bad. It's a super chat, a $5, £5, 5 quid super chat that says, you're the man. Keep it going. Always keep looking up. Thank you very much, Twinkle. On this December 2nd, 2023, I have to thank you and say mucho gusto. We did it. Thank you very much, Twinkle. Hey, aren't that wait a second. That's a first-time super chat from Twinkle. Well, thank you, Twinkle, for the £5, 5 quid super chat. Beautiful job. Keep looking up. Hey, good. Now you part of the family. Thank you. Welcome to the family. It's hard to leave, you know? He's like a chip off the old mushy block. Twinkle. Hey, I got waterworks now. Look what you did to me. You broke me. Now I'm leaking. All right. I'm leaking. Oh, I'm a leaking. Oh, I'm a leaking. And I'm peeing on the floor. Yeah, I got 1 from my peanut, 2 from my ball, 3 from my eyes, and the 4th no more. Hey, baby. Woo, I'm peeing. Yeah, and I'm peeing. Peeing in a bottle of Gatorade. Yeah. I got a squirt on the right, squirt on the left, squirt down the middle and on my chest. And whoa, what? Whoa, what'd you say? I don't know. I'm out of control and I know. We're gonna have fun tonight. Yeah. You know that's not my first time I've done that. Actually, it was. Never done that before. Never practiced. That's what you get here at Goof On. Originality, insanity, and a little bit of ufology along the lines. All right, let's talk about this real quick because I know you guys are itching to get out of here. Nobody's holding you back. Oh, they're holding your front. Got it. Can't leave, yeah. Could it be possible that aliens could have helped the Incans during the Incan Empire? No, I didn't want to talk about that. Oh yeah, you're right. All right, here we go. It's 5 minutes of Grusch. 5 minutes of Grusch. Here we go. Right where we left off. From Joe Rogan Experience. This is David Grusch.
Logically, our relationship geopolitically with our allies and adversaries. This is not rip off the Band-Aid and it's simple. There's a lot of complex stuff behind the scenes that need to happen, and that's why I'm laying out all the general stuff that needs to be talked about during the disclosure process. But I should not be the one disclosing, and it would be highly inappropriate because I care about the health of the United States and its people and national security for me to do so. So I know there's people that are like, oh, why doesn't Dave say X, Y, and Z? It's like, this is serious. This is not like, haha, let me tell you a good story. I'm a serious guy. I ruined my fucking career doing this. I was going to make lieutenant colonel in the Air Force this winter.
Which is what we talked about here. Hello! Which is what we talked about here. David Grusch gave up a hell of a career. For what? Don't think for a moment. This guy didn't plan this for at least a couple of years and saved his money. Who knows how long he's been snooping around down there, right? Talking right to people's faces, behind their backs. That's what he did. Terrible. Must be terrible to be that guy. You know, your whole life's a lie. Hey, doing, Joe? I'm doing great. What are you doing? Oh, not much. What about you? Same thing. They both just lied. Every day, it's a lie. It's never going to be like, hey, David, how you doing? You still working on that top clearance UFO shit? Yeah. Is your mother still a whore? Yeah. All right. I'll see you later. All right. Have a good night. I had a point. It is now gone.
I was on track to be, a flag officer,
Sad.
equivalent civilian in my career.
Sad.
I spent 18 years in uniform, if you count the cadet time, right? My whole adult life was serving as an intel officer. But I wanted to see, and I'm 36, right? Older millennial. I wanted to see change. So I'm throwing the flag out, and I'm here to hold the government accountable to do the right thing in a manner that is mature and thorough, because I don't begin to say that I know everything, all the different ramifications of saying certain things publicly. I don't know all the answers to that. And that's why I have to be careful, because I don't even know, I'll call it, collateral damage effects, to use kind of a military term, what may happen if certain things in detail that are revealed that I might not know.
Did you see that? You saw it, right? That big, huge swallow. Wow. That's one of his deeper swallows. Stop it. Be funny.
Based on what? Like what theory?
So the physicist Kip Thorne was the very famous guy. He was a big black hole and wormhole guy. I think it's Caltech or somewhere in California. Kip Thorne actually did all the physics equations and everything for Christopher Nolan to make sure that they were conceptualizing and visualizing black holes and wormholes and all that stuff correctly in the movie, where you saw like the halo around the black hole when they were coming in with the ship and everything. That's actually based off of real physics models that Kip Thorne did the calculations for, which is pretty cool, actually, that Christopher Nolan took it to that level,
So this idea that these beings, or whatever you want to call them, exist in some other dimension, do we have, I don't know what you can say about this. Do we have an understanding? Do we have any sort of communication with these beings that give us some sort of an understanding or a map of this?
Yeah, the interaction stuff, that's a sensitive area.
I can't do it. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm deleting it. No more Grusch. It hurts a little bit. It does. So earlier, I think yesterday, I played this video from Stephen Greenstreet from the New York Post. And I went about, just over halfway through. So I want to play the other half of this. Just because I think it's important we look back when everybody started freaking out about Jeremy Corbell and why he is still allowed to get away with such tomfoolery at this stage in his game, in the game period. And I think everybody knows at this point that Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, they're together but separate. But when Corbell drops these videos and they're easily explained away as whatever, we still allow it on mainstream. I don't know why. Why do they? If he went to News Nation and said, hey, man, I've got this video, and then he shows him the video, and even the person at News Nation says, that looks like flares to me. Look, it could be, but it isn't. You know how Corbell would try to sell it. You're not there. You can't prove it, can you? Oh, no. Oh, you can't prove it, but if you were able to, you would have to have some sort of evidence. I can't get the eyes. It's hard to get Jeff Goldblum's eyes. Let's try this. Oh, that's right. It looks like, what's his name? Gary Nolan. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, what we've got here is a failure to speak to each other. I was studying him today, actually, on some Saturday Night Live stuff and The Fly. His way of speaking is unique. Jeff Goldblum's a cool dude. Not because of his voice. He's just a cool dude. All right, let's watch this second half here. You know what's sad about this? I don't even have to preface anything. Right? I don't have to preface a thing or set this video up at all. That's how easy it is to follow along with what's going on in this ufology here we call the Corbell saga. So that's why I don't bother going back 10 seconds. Remember the last 10 seconds? You're like, fuck no, I wasn't even watching it the first time. All right, go ahead.
They called it, yeah, and
Nap Corbell, they're reporting it was flying pyramids.
Yeah, they said these green triangles were actually triangular shaped, and they were actually like a bunch of things.
LA-based investigative filmmaker Jeremy Corbell recently released this video taken by the Navy, showing what he describes as pyramid-shaped UFOs.
UFOs are real. They represent an advanced and sophisticated technology.
And then you, of course, proved without a doubt that the triangle shapes we see are actually due to the triangular shape of the camera's aperture.
Pokey.
Basically, with a triangular aperture, anything that's out of focus would look like a triangle. You also proved without a doubt that most of the objects in the videos and photos were actually just stars, out of focus stars. But despite all of this, Corbell still claims these were triangles, pyramids.
He tweeted, like, when I explained what it was, it's the aperture of the triangular aperture of the camera. I explained what it was, and he tweeted saying basically it's complete nonsense, it's a lie, it's a disinformation. The triangular aperture theory is just a big distraction from the reality of things. When in fact it was all 100% accurate. That's what actually happened, and as was confirmed by the Pentagon.
The triangular appearance is a result of light passing through the night vision goggles and then being recorded by an SLR camera. It is simply that light source resolves itself through the night vision goggles onto the SLR camera as a triangle.
But even that's an interesting thing. The Pentagon confirmed the theory that I and various other people came up with because it was so obvious. But the Pentagon said they didn't figure it out for 2 years. And what's going on there? Who was actually looking into it? Oh, it's the UAP task force at that time, which would have been Jay Stratton and Travis Taylor.
Oh, the God, that makes me so ill to my stomach. They're just fake. I think about this a lot. When I sit here and I talk about what I think is going on, and then 6 months later it's verified, or a year later it's verified, and I'm like, are people going to start paying attention to what the actual truth is, what these people here, these two here, were doing? What were they doing? They're basically ghost hunters with an alien sidebar to it. They were in charge of identifying unidentified aerial objects at the Pentagon. Remember, Travis didn't tell anybody? I didn't think about that. Nobody asked, so I didn't say it. Don't you think it would be in your best interest and ours, while we're making the Skinwalker Ranch TV show, that you worked for the government? So what are you doing? Relaying our shit back to the government? Is that what you're doing, Taylor? Huh? Get him, guys. Get him. I want his head. Something like that.
They couldn't figure it out for 2 years, this simple little optical thing. Travis Taylor, PhD in optics, couldn't figure it out. What's going on?
These are ancient aliens stars. These are, authors of...
Yeah, you know why Travis didn't do anything about it? You know why it sat for 2 years? Because he wanted everybody to forget about it. Oh, that is very smart. Just act like it didn't even happen. That's right, Jeff. It never happened. Maybe people will forget, or maybe they won't. Maybe it'll just make them focus. Oh, God, I got to get used to these eye movements. I get a little dizzy. All right, let's finish this up. Noah, what do we got? 30 seconds? Minute and a half.
Books about ghosts and werewolves. These are people who have been
exactly, Donovan,
the UFO and ghost and paranormal story for decades, who make a living off of this. Their life depends on everything being spooky, and they're not only in attendance, but we hear from congressional leaders they're part of the process. They're influencing the leaders. They're submitting statements.
George Knapp, my buddy Jeremy Corbell. They're not witnesses, but they've provided some statements on this subject, and I seek unanimous consent to enter those statements into the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection.
which is just baffling to me because Jeremy Corbell has done nothing other than promote a narrative and release a whole bunch of really terrible UFO videos that get almost immediately debunked. He's a very good talker. He's quite compelling if you don't know the facts behind the case, but somehow he's managed to have this influence over people in Congress.
After the UFO hearing ended, News Nation reported that Congressman Burchett originally had more than just 3 witnesses lined up to testify. On August 6th, Jeremy Corbell claimed that there were 5 congressional UFO witnesses and that all 5 were in attendance at the hearing. So who, according to Corbell, were the other 2 congressional witnesses? George Knapp and himself.
No! You understand? I love when they do all that. Whoa! Is it 7? Well, that's it. Yeah, that's it for tonight. I want to thank you all for hanging out. I hope you understand that the aliens are always judging us, no matter what you think. And that's why I say alien bless every night. Alien bless. I should have been doing it from day one. Didn't think of it. Why? Dick-headed. Aliens. They're watching us. They're judging us. And they could make our life enjoyable. I don't know. I just hope that it's true. And that when I'm thinking out to the universe in my law of attraction state of consciousness, I think I'm talking to the universe, but in fact, I'm talking to an alien. An alien. And they may push a few buttons. Beep, 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 boop, beep, 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 boop, beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. No. Right? All right. Do, 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 do. Come in. All right. We'll be back Monday with the King Milk Fart saga. The actual man himself is scheduled to appear. I say that because you never know. Life happens. The thumbnail's already up. I expect us to have 300 people there Monday. I'm going to advertise the shit out of the show tomorrow and all Monday. Don't forget to watch King Milk Fart. We got it, asshole. That's what I want people to do. All right, Rich. We see it every hour on the hour. I'm going to be posting it. Probably. All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Moderators and super chatters, thank you very much for doing a stellar job again. And without you, it would be difficult to do this the right way. And because of you, we do things the way we want. Yeah. Yeah. And thank you, newcomers. Thank you, veterans. And appreciate you hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, just do it. Doesn't hurt. I mean, you were there the whole show. If you didn't subscribe, it'd be a shame. Thumbs up, at least thumbs up. Can you give me a thumb? Give me a thumb. I was going to make the thumb noise. Can't do it. I don't know. My jaw hurts. Shut it. All right. With that being said, have an awesome weekend. Be safe with the family. Love everybody. Don't. Just treat people the way you'd like to be treated. And I like being treated, which is a very confusing thing to tell somebody like me. So you want me to go up to somebody and say, "Hey, how the fuck you doing today, huh, dickhead?" Because I don't mind being treated that way. I think that would be funny and great. It'd be different. Instead of, "Hi, I'm Rich Giordano. Oh, hi, I'm Ben Stevenson. Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Stevenson." It'd be like, just throw it in there weird. Change it up a little bit. These greetings are just getting so repetitious at this age. You ever notice how men always like when I was growing up, I always wanted to be older than I looked, right? Because I had a baby face. Yeah. Now that I'm older, I let everybody know how old I am. All of us guys do. I'm 55 years on this planet, man. I can still whip your ass. We think we've got this attitude where we're still in our 20s, 30s. We haven't met the full demise of our bodies yet. I've seen the light at the end of that tunnel, but I'm still here and I'm still going to be working out and trying to maintain that 35-year-old image. But Jesus, just don't even think about it. Last year was a good year for me physically. This year, well, I was sick all year. All right. Anyway, we'll see ya. And what do we do we do Truthology for ufology. For you. Jesus, man. All right. It's going to be a quick outro. Be good to each other. Have a great weekend. And alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.